Hey, hey. All right. Let's make an announcement. Let's get going. What's up, everybody? Have to be a director for a second. Third. What's up, Simon? Where are we doing? What are we doing? Technically, you're not. I mean, I guess you're the third commenter. There are more people here than 3 people, according to my computer. Should I commit to starring? Yeah, you should. This is important. I really want to start animating. I've been practicing figure drawing nonstop. What are some good exercises? Keep doing figure drawing. I would suggest, honestly, even just doing key poses. So I'd practice 2 things. I have a video on my channel about where to start with animation. Do some of those exercises to get used to that. But when you want to start branching into drawing the figure, just do 2 different poses. So like, if it's a jump or something, have somebody at the bottom of the jump building up the energy, and then at the top, and just get used to doing like 2 key poses, and making that feel consistent. Happy with how this shot's turning out right now. I have like those temporary effects there. I'm not actually going to be the one animating the effects. I just decided to make him look like future Trunks in this one frame. James in that grind. I really am, you know, deadlines are a fucking, they're a thing, man. They'll get you to work. Been having crazy week. I've somehow managed to still have a little bit of a social life, but I haven't had a sleeping life. I've just not slept really. It's been crazy. No sleeping. I don't recommend that though. How do I handle shots like this? Camera moving around the character. I mean, it really takes a lot to get used to doing that. I would highly suggest breaking it down into like the component movements. I mean, I'm going to do a bunch of YouTube videos on this topic. But the first thing would be to like practice getting a camera zoom, then practice having a orbit orbiting camera and get good at those independent of each other, and then you can kind of combine those. On top of that, so in this case we've got a character going towards the camera and then rushing past the camera, and we've got a 180 degree turn. Honestly, the way I got better at doing that was just I would go frame by frame on certain animes that were doing that, and then I kind of picked apart their process and just like started doing shots with that. It's challenging though. It's not like, even though I think this one worked out fine, like sometimes I still fuck it up. You know, and getting the pacing to feel right is tough. No, I don't necessarily have a website that I would recommend to. I think just make good animations, get really good, and then people will find you. That's just my strategy for everything. It's just like get really fucking good, and then people are going to be like, oh, that's cool. And I'm not even saying that I am that good. I'm just saying like that's the intended goal. It's just like get better and better until I don't even have to like, I don't want to have to reach out to anybody. Which one of your courses should I buy first? You don't even need to buy a course yet. Just go to my fucking YouTube channel, and I got, there's a video called New to Animation, Start Here. And don't spend any money until you know, give it a go. Not to like not take your money, like I appreciate it, but also just do the free YouTube video first. Then if you like it, you have fun, then I'll take your money and it'll be good. I would go with Animation Basics. That's probably the best one. Yeah, just so to Matt, once I'm done with this commercial, I'm gonna do a whole series on animating in perspective. I've already got it all scripted out and everything, and I have the shots animated, so I will talk at length about how to do it. And I did talk about it in my currently ongoing character animation class. So if you don't have the patience to wait for it, I talk about it in that course on Gumroad. Hey Annie, thank you for signing up. Let's get a little more furrowing of the brow here. It's so funny because I'm like putting all this effort into this frame, and it's just like it really doesn't even register in your fucking mind. It's only on screen for a mere fraction of a second, but we don't bullshit our frames, even if they're in betweens. Except for yesterday when I was bullshitting some frames. But yeah, I'll talk about this at length. My advice in the meantime would be just focus on getting really comfortable at drawing figures at different scales. Like, look at these two frames. There's pretty much no transition between them, right? It's just like, I mean, he is picking up speed. But like, get good at drawing the figure at different scales, and then once you can do that, then it's way simpler to be able to transition between them. These are not all keyframes. There's a lot of in-betweens in this shot. The way we're doing this production, we're not working with in-betweeners really. We just have animators that are doing all the frames. Sorry to all the in-betweeners out there. Ah, fuck it. Hey Astra, welcome. Do you have any future plans for the members area? Yeah, I do. Once I finish up this project, I'm going pretty hardcore in the YouTube space, so I will return to making some cool member perks and stuff. We'll do some of those like member only streams. We'll do I don't know, we'll do something. We'll make it fun. We'll make it great again. Make MDJ great again. I agree. Let's fucking go. Full MAGA mode. Yeah. Been shitty for far too long, you know? It's time to make it great again. That's more of a seminar thing. It's actually not like a course necessarily, but it will be fun. You should go if you want to hang out. I'll talk about this process at length. Yeah, all recordings of anything stay on Gumroad when I do any class or anything like that. I worked for Studio Mir, who does Legend of Korra, Dota, the fuck else they've done? Devil May Cry now, the first Witcher movie. I worked on the second one that's coming out. And I worked for some smaller companies, but that's not as exciting. And now I work for my own company. That's what we're doing here right now. Damn, you're late. I did kind of just start. You're not that late. Okay, let's... I gotta get rid of the background for a second. And this... Was owning an animation studio my dream job? It's kind of like, I don't know. I just like making shit. I just want to have a space where I could do creative shit. And just decide what the fuck I feel like doing. Maybe we'll make indie games. Who knows? Like all sorts of stuff. I don't want to be like tied to one specific thing. We're also doing a manga, which is going to be cool. So a couple things, you know. I figured, so the way I'm kind of approaching it is like, we'll do commercial work to get animation experience, and then in terms of making our own stories and IPs, we're going to work on this manga, and maybe we could turn that into something larger afterwards. So it's kind of the way I'm approaching it. Is that going to work? I don't know, but why not try it? Yeah, I do appreciate doing some regular streams. It helps me stay focused as well. I like chatting, especially since, like, you know, sitting here drawing all day can be challenging. Around this time last year, you said you were going to make a company. Yes, I did do it. Wasn't expecting it to happen so abruptly, but fuck it, you know. Opportunity arises. Who am I to argue with it? Who am I to argue with opportunity? Am I using the magic wand tool? Yeah, that's how I'm doing the selections. Little smear frame going on. That's all in shadow. Let's just connect that. Oops. Did Lenovo come directly with the idea of making an animated commercial? Yes. They actually reached out to me because at first they just wanted a consultation. They were like, hey, do you know any like American animation studios that can do this? Because we want to make an anime. And then I was like, oh, do I know an animation studio? And then I just was like, I'll do it. And so, somewhat opportunistically, I was like, let me just do it. Just take the leap. I appreciate that. I'm glad the anatomy tutorials are helping and that you think they're the best. Appreciate that. How do you find jobs as a studio? So far, like, you just have to take a risk. Like, I'm gonna use this as a portfolio piece, right? We're gonna have a 1.5-minute commercial that I'm gonna be like, hey, look at what I fucking directed and made. So there's that. On top of that, I'm contracted with Lenovo for another year, so I've got a lot of time to like build up some momentum with it, you know. And then I think once people see that you've produced a thing, then usually that leads to more opportunities. So, but like, I don't know if that's the case. I'm just like, I think if you're going to run your own business, you have to be willing to take that risk. And I'm not one to back down from a challenge, so I'm going to do it. You know? Why not take the risk? When somebody rushes past the camera like this, try not to overthink it. I used to overthink it a lot. You just like get the general idea of it. Make it feel like you're quickly coming past the camera. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, Spencer, I actually consulted him a little bit for this project, or like talked to him about pricing and all that stuff. So I've got like a lot of people that I chat with, two that I base what I'm doing off of. So I don't feel like I'm going in completely blind. It was also used pretty much the exact same methodology and like framework as what I saw happening at Studio Mir. So I just kind of tried to do the exact same thing. And another cool thing is one of my animators. So one of my animators on this project got me the gig with Studio Mir in the first place. And now he just got his first directing gig as well after this. So we're both, and that's another thing. Like I'm going to help him out with some of the shots on his project that he's directing. And, you build up your little network of people and stuff. So that's important. What is this project about? It is about Lenovo laptops. It's about the best fucking Can't you tell it's about laptops? Can't you tell from this shot that it's clearly about laptops? Now, basically, the main character is playing like a speedrunner game, and it's the laptop that like allows her to break her record, essentially. And so this is an in-world character who's basically in the video game world. This is the character. You're watching this stream on a Lenovo laptop? Fuck yeah. That's the way to do it. They appreciate it. I appreciate it. It is pretty cool. I did talk to them about it. I cleared it up with them because I was like, hey, is it a problem if I like, I think partially I gave them such a good deal on it price-wise that I was like, hey, it's like really in my best interest as a content creator to be able to share what I'm working on. Alright, there's just some spacing issues there. Yeah, right there. See how that plays out. Directing is going good. Stig, how you doing, man? I have to fix the background movement a little bit, but you can use vector layers when you're cleaning up. I recommend it, I guess. Streaming it made me aware of Lenovo laptops. I should charge more. Well, don't worry, for the second commercial I am charging more, so which I'm very excited for the second one because we have so many unused designs from this first one. It's going to be badass. And speaking of ass, what a shot. We're using vector layers, but right now I'm using raster layers, but I'm sending it off to a studio that's using vector. I do think vector layers are a little like too crisp to some extent, but I don't know if that's just like I don't know how to use it properly. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, I've got a lot of notes about like how I'm gonna composite things and make it a little less digital looking. Oh wait, let me make sure the light's coming in the right direction. It's coming from top right. Yeah, okay, we're still good. All is good. Happy first day of tag negotiations. Thanks. For the strike, I made sure that none of my animators got a day off. No, I think I don't know. They can do whatever the fuck they want. I'm just personally not taking any time off right now. I have to get this done. I don't think I can tell Lenovo that I'm going on strike. I mean, I guess I could, but I want to. I'm ready. I need to show some solidarity. I'm just out here fucking animating like an asshole. Being a scab. Tell everybody I'm sorry. I think as far as labor rights things, fucking, I think my employees are doing too good. So they can fucking, if they're gonna go on strike, I'd be pissed. That would be crazy. Straight in the chain that makes them stay put. Isn't my studio super indie? I mean, yeah, it's about as indie as you could probably get, I would imagine. It literally just started, so it's like it's the most indie it could possibly be. It's so indie, I'm in my bedroom, so that's about as indie as you could get. That's about as indie as it can be. Haven't caught an MDJ stream since 2018. Well, welcome back. We're animating a commercial for Lenovo laptops. There's working while the strike's going on. affect relations with the union. I'm not part of the union. They didn't allow me, or I don't know. They didn't fucking. I don't know how to be part of it. So I'm not. I don't think I'm doing anything wrong that I know of. I mean, I don't know. I don't really have a choice. And listen, if my animators want to not work right now, I'm fine with that. I have to get this done. It's okay if they don't work. I'm not going to be offended. Nor would I force them to work. So. Yeah, for some of my animators were like, "Hey, I'm gonna like go pick it with tag." I'd be like, "Yeah, go for it." It's nice of you to do that during crunch time. It's super cool that they all went on strike when we've got like a week left on the project. What were my favorite animations during childhood? Dragon Ball. That's why I got the shirt on. How do I price a project? Well, as a director, I'm not going to go by frames. I would go by... I just tried to get an estimate of the budget of like how much it was going to cost per shot. And I did not budget properly, so it's a real challenge and a big learning experience, so it's hard for me to give you a solid answer on that, honestly. I don't even want to clean this one up anymore. Cleanup studio will figure it out. They'll figure it out. House Clip Studio for animation. I love it. It's all I use. No, my animators aren't striking. So they're not. I don't think they're part of the. I don't think they're part of tag. I actually don't know. Everyone's freelance, so I don't know what everybody is doing. But you know, everybody can work at whatever speed they want to work on the project. I've not been on top of. I've not been like forcing anybody to do anything. So you know, if they wanted to take a break to go stand in solidarity, I will not hold that against them. How do I price commissions? I don't do commissions. So I have no idea. I've never really done commissions. I just think in general you want to do... If you can get an hourly or day rate, that's probably the best for anything. But yeah, I don't know. It's also just like so... personal. Like there's no one answer to that, you know. It's like, are you a total fucking newbie, or are you like really good and a lot of people are reaching out to you? Like it's so vastly different that I can't give you a solid answer on that. Yeah, for this project, I tried to calculate the total cost based on like how many shots there were and how many, like, how much people were charging for things like design work, background paintings, and then because there was a fixed budget Lenovo had, I tried to make that all work. And so it's been a little challenging, but like, you know, I just sort of just going with it. But we got a bigger budget for next time. I don't know. It's very specific. I don't want to like, you're a newbie, then what the fuck are you worried about how you pricing stuff for? Like, that's like, okay, that kind of shit, sorry, it just irks me. Because it's like, it's like, to me it feels like, oh yeah, like what should I do with like my 8th bedroom in my mansion? Should I like should I make that like a guest room? Or it's like, I don't know, dude, don't worry about that yet. Let's just get good at making art before thinking about money. Like, money is such a fucking stupid concept. It's like not the point of why we're doing this. The point of like making art is to express yourself and draw things that you want to draw. Obviously money is relevant to some extent because you want to make a living doing it, but like it'll come naturally if you're doing it passionately and you're making good stuff. It is not a thing to try to rush. And I don't know, somebody just pick a number and see if somebody accepts it, you know? Are you speaking such good English you hide your Russian well? Fuck. That was not fun. I don't recommend getting hacked by the Russians and being part of a political disinformation campaign. Okay, when I started drawing, like when I was a kid, the reason I started drawing was I saw my brother sketching Dragon Ball Z, and we both watched it, so we were both obsessed. And my brother was so good at it, and I was like, fuck, I want to be able to do that. I want to do that. That's so cool. And so I just drew a bunch. And like, I drew a lot as a kid. Drew a bunch of animals and stuff. School projects, or if like, I don't know, if I was just like in the mood, I would draw stuff. You know the feeling that like you can always tell when someone's doing something for money or when they're doing something because they are passionate about it, right? And I think try to carry that energy into everything. Like, don't fucking, you know, you'll get money if you do it passionately. And this is a belief that I've had for very, very long. It's not just like, I've had this belief before I started making money doing this. So this isn't like something that came because I started getting some financial success from it. It is a belief that I had prior when I was not making any money. And I stand by it. So like when you're drawing just to get a job or whatever it is, then it's like drawing at gunpoint. And who the fuck wants to do that? You're not going to like the work. I'm not going to like it because it's not going to be coming from a place of genuine care for the work. Where's my brother with art? That's actually a really funny story. So my brother doesn't really draw that, or hadn't been drawing very much since we were kids. But he just picked it up again, and I think we're going to make a series together on the channel about like us going through like some lessons together, which would be really nice. So we might do that. That's a maybe. It's not like something that's definitely going to happen, but it would be fun. Do I have somebody in the studio for character designs? Yes, I did not design the character. I mean, I gave like all the inspirations and told them what I was looking for. But Colin killed it, as he does. Off topic, but do you still get your Gumroad stuff? Clicked on the link, it didn't work. Yeah, it's let me correct the link. I do a lot of Gumroad shit. Boop. I have contractors, so everything's freelance. I'm not watching Dungeon Meshi. It looks good though. I would watch it. Anyway, that was my soapbox rant about being passionate about art. I don't know, man. It's so annoying just seeing people like so fixated on the monetary portion of it. I don't mean you, the chatter. I'm sorry if that's coming off that way. I meant like you could just tell certain professionals are like not in it because it's like a thing they enjoy, I guess. It's more about, hey, does this thing get me money? And that's stupid. You're supposed to do what I do, which is take on projects where you lose money. You should be getting negative money for your art. That's the only valid way to do it, as everybody knows. Oh, hey, Colin. What's going on, dude? Speaking of which. Hey, buddy. It's like I inadvertently summoned you here. Super fun. Did I work on a lot of this stuff off stream? Yeah, about 7 months of stuff off stream. There's about 7 months of material that was done off stream. I have to fix the positioning. Sometimes I'll just put like a temporary position of it, of the painting, but I love the way that background fits. It's so cool. It's just like flying over the... And this first background, I got to figure out what I'm going to do with it or how I'm going to work it. Let me share Colin's page, 'cause he's the bomb. Here's our character designer's Instagram page. Yeah, you fucking killed it, dude. It's so lovely, like just having artists that you just can rely on. It's really great. It's awesome. Our handsome boy's come so far. Yeah, he certainly has. He quite physically is going far too. He's traveling through space. And our effects animator is doing such a good job with just everything, all the effects. Weasley Crusher. I've never heard that name before. I feel like I get a new doppelganger every fucking week. Weasley Crusher. I've never gotten this person as a doppelganger. Oh, Wesley. I fucking love him. He's awesome. Hell yeah. Yeah, why am I calling him Weasley? Yeah, he's the best. Cool. Thank you. That is why I said I was thinking Ron Weasley. Yeah, I first found him actually. He was doing that tabletop game or that tabletop show on YouTube. It was all about tabletop board games. This music is so loud in my fucking headphones. Jesus Christ. Shit. I don't know if it's loud for you, but it was loud for me. Tone it down. Tone it down. I'm trying to draw. Talk to strangers. It was chill, but it's almost non-existent now. Yeah, I've noticed that. But I did find a bunch of good board games from that show. Oh, you're talking about the music. All right, I'll turn it back up. I'll do this. There we go. Later, Vob. Vob? What a name. Do my family members get upset when I curse on stream? Dude, if you knew my family members, I am like the most level-headed. So no. Although my grandma does watch sometimes, in which case, Grandma, I love you, but you know what? You're gonna have to fucking deal with it. That's what happens. This is my space. You know? No, the profanity, you know, it didn't just start out of nowhere. I didn't get this vocabulary on my own. I also just think it's like, as casual as I make these, like, it is my job, so it's like, I'm gonna fucking do it the way I want to do it, you know? It's just how it's gonna go. I just have 1 year to graduate. Should I look for a 3D job? Dude, I have no idea what you should do with your life. I don't know your personality. I don't know what you like doing. I don't know how much you like 2D animation. I don't know. You know, there's so many details. You can't just come in here and be like, yo, can you decide what I'm going to do with my life for me? The answer is no. I can't tell you what to do. You figure that out. No, there's no reference for this animation. We're just going for it. You know what I do think? You know what I think? I think you should get a backbone and decide what you want to do for your own life. And stop asking random people online how you're going to live your life. That's what I think. How's that sound? How does that sound? I don't know if it sounds good because they stopped typing. If I was you, I would train my grandma on how to do the in-betweens. That would be sick. My grandma, I think, can draw, actually. Is Scott Robertson book enough to master perspective? No. Because, like, you can learn the rules of perspective, but then you gotta, like, apply it. Sounds good? Alright, awesome. Sorry for being an asshole. It's just in my DNA. I can't help it. I just feel an unrelenting urge to bully everybody. That is how, like, most of my friendships are, though. We always just, like, shit on each other like that. That's it's kind of the vibe. I love it. It's the way to do it. It's the way to develop real friendships. Do I have an animation series I wish I could make? I want to do the Signalis. I think I would rather do a feature for that than a series. But I'm going to make a couple of, like, a proof of concept of that and pitch it to them. pitch it to the creators of that game. I felt very guilty about it. I did. I felt like it was maybe a little too harsh for you. I don't know. Everyone's different on the internet, you know? I don't know you. I'm just coming out here being really aggro for no reason. I'm also like only paying like 25% attention, so then I'm like just talking shit, talking shit. You know? What if I ruined your day and I had no idea? Sorry if you're asking too many questions. No, you're fine. I'll just ignore you if I don't see it. How did I put the Lenovo logo? I did copy paste from... No, I made the template. I just copy pasted it. They gave me a PNG file. I put it in the corner of everyone's layout files. You gotta keep it professional. This guy coming at me. Screen tablet or regular tablet? I'm using a screen tablet. Come on. What do you think this is? Amateur hour? You think this is like baby time? I wouldn't suggest you doing any like pencil work without a display tablet. Yeah, but posture though? I mean, get your back straight. I've got a standing desk. Read Animator Survival Kit. I also said I have a standing desk. I'm not standing at it right now, so, you know, take what you will from that. Oh, birdie. Are you even an artist if you don't have shrimp posture? That's a good point. No, sometimes I'll just do this and like flex my back a little bit. Deadlifts, you know, you gotta do, go to the gym, get exercise, keep your body functional so that you don't die from scoliosis. The first scoliosis death. Just subscribed, you got interested in doing animations? Welcome. Which are easy to do, slow motion or speed? Anything that's faster is a little easier because you have you don't have to have as much consistency in the frames, whereas anything that's really slow, you've got to really be accurate. So anytime I've got like slow ins or slow outs, you'll notice I pay a little more attention to a shot like this to make sure, or like a couple of frames like this where everything's really close. And then once we get to something like this, now the spacing's really big, there could be changes in the model. Hey, Djibouti. Djibouti. That's how you say it. Thanks for sharing the process. Thank you. Well, thank you for watching and enjoying and hanging out. Making the day a little easier, a little more chill. Thanks, Stig. Appreciate it, dude. Do I play video games? Yes. If so, what games? Love a lot of indie games. I play a lot of games. I recently, I play a lot of old games, so I've recently been playing Super Smash Melee with my brother. I used to do tournaments with him, and you know, big fan of Super Smash. Been playing a little bit of Rocket League, just because my good friend Dave is really into it, and Rocket League is surprisingly fun. I thought it was going to be not that fun. But also, I've been playing less video games recently just because, for the most part, like, I'm a very, like, social gamer. I mostly want to, like, sit and play video games, like, on the couch with my roommate or my brother. But I've been, you know, doing more sports. I still play hockey, rock climbing, all that kind of thing. And it kind of, oddly enough, satisfies this similar urge. So I've been trying to do that more physical activity. And then once this commercial's done, bet your fucking ass I'm going to go play so much hockey. I cannot wait. I'm going to be a regular Sidney Crosby out there. How old am I? I am 32. Let's get him looking in the right direction. Yeah, I'm aging slowly, which is nice. You know, I'm not aging too fast. That's why you gotta stay healthy. Or just have my parents, I guess. just do that. I think I've just always gotten that I look younger than I am, though. The beard helps. It does age me up a little bit. Is 32 supposed to look old? I don't know. You know, I look back at, like, photos of my dad, and he kind of just looked exactly the same at 32, so I don't... It might just be that, like... I don't know. It's like distorted perceptions of age and stuff. Or you just maybe go in with, like, a preconception of how old somebody is. But yeah, I've been making videos here on YouTube for 7 years, so... I started making videos at... I was 25, so... Been at it for a little bit. And technically, I was just watching my friend, we had a shared YouTube channel when YouTube first came out. So I have been making YouTube videos for more than half my life, actually. It's kind of crazy. Is it genetic? Are you maintaining it quite well? I mean, I exercise a lot, you know, and I try to live, aside from the sleep thing, I try to live healthily. I eat healthy. I try to work out twice a day. I, you know, try to find as many children to sacrifice to get their adrenochrome as much as I can. Like any good, you know, any person would in my position. And obviously, like, I'm not the one doing the sacrifice. You know, I have the doctors do that, but Born, you came at a great time. It's a good time to hop in. We're just talking about harvesting adrenochrome from, you know, unsuspecting children. Do I have a guy? Yeah, I have a my dermatologist does it. He's also like a major Satanist and part of the Illuminati. It's really cool. Is purchasing TV Paint a good long-term decision as a freelance animator? You could use whichever one you like better. Clip Studio, I think, has better layer management, like a lot better, and it's also a lot cheaper. And I think Clip Studio's got some really cool, like the asset marketplace is fun. You could bring like, there's this tool for like a 3D perspective grid, which is really nice. I personally like it better, but people use all different things professionally, and either or would be fine. Again, what's more important is that you just learn how to animate good. And you could do that on paper if you wanted. Which is the cheapest of all those things in the short term. I don't know how that's gonna, you might use a lot of pieces of paper. I wonder how long it would take to even out the price of TV Paint versus animating on paper. Like, how much animation would you have to do to spend like $1,200 on paper? I actually think TV Paint feels like shit, personally. But that's what I mean. It's like a very... I think programs are so much about like, what do you feel is intuitive for you? Do I have any 3D skill sets? No. I don't like using 3D. I got a fucking brain that reads 3D. Why do I got to use a 3D program to do it? My brain is like constantly scanning, making grids. It's just out there, just like seeing in 4 dimensions. Like I'm Morpheus or something, seeing in time. I don't think Morpheus does that, but whatever. The Oracle. What led me to do animation? Part of it was realizing that everything I was inspired by artistically was in animation. And then also, honestly, seeing Taniko's work and just being like, oh, you can just do this by yourself? That's fucking wild. And so then I just did it. And I was like, I'm just going to learn how to do this because it's so cool. And also, I think as somebody that loves making music, it was kind of a natural fit and gave me like, because I always felt like, oh, I have this like musical part of me. I love writing music. I love playing. It felt like that was kind of the best of both worlds, where I can like incorporate that and not just let it go to waste. I just have the music in me. I just feel it in my heart. I'm also a great actor. How big is the team for a project like this? It's, I think in total we ended up having somewhere around 30 people working on this. If I'm including the third-party studio, it's definitely above 30. Because we had the whole design team, like 12 animators, backgrounds, voice actors. I don't know. I'll have to go back once I'm ready to do the credits and look at all the names. A lot of people, though. That's plenty. Yeah, it definitely was. Not sure if it's possible. You mentioned music. Well, I did start with music, personally. I was playing music very consistently all through high school, college. That was kind of my thing. And then, I mean, you can do both. I just think it depends on, you know, what your goals are and that sort of thing. I would prioritize one over the other, but that's just my opinion on the matter. What kind of music do I play? Hardcore, death metal, everything that's good. No, I kind of play a little bit of everything though, but mostly metal. It's like the most natural for me. Can you get 50% off for the Gumroad video? You could. I could definitely play Deaf Heaven. I'm going to sound really, really arrogant right now. I don't think there's something you can send me that I can't play. Unless it's like... maybe something like Polyphia. There's definitely some tracks I can't play from that, but... just about anything else. But you know, I'm reading some things about the Gumroad. Wait, I'm okay with just the course and no live feedback since student can't spend a lot. I will let you know when the prices are lowered. I did lower the figure drawing price. Stream off limit to politics. Maybe. Depends on what you're going to say. Do I have an animation degree? No. I have a degree in biochemistry, which, as you can imagine, does not help me do what I do for a living. I got a weird backstory. It's a long and winding journey, and much of it involves not pursuing art for a while. Secret to consistency and proper work-life balance. I'm not in a state of proper work-life balance, but I do think it's really healthy to make sure that you dedicate time to see your friends. have scheduled things like I was doing weekly hockey, so that was like no matter what during that time, it's like I'm gonna go hang out with a bunch of people and play the best sport that's ever existed, and so like it's baked into the schedule. Was art always my dream? It wasn't, actually. I wanted to be at first I wanted to be a death metal guitarist, which I was doing, and then I was like, oh well, I can't make a living doing this necessarily. That was when I was in high school and college, and then like there was conflicts between that because I kind of just assumed like, oh, I have to go be a fucking doctor at I don't know. I just was like, I got to do something that's going to make a lot of money or whatever. And so I took that real serious, got all the way to fucking medical school, did medical school for a year, and in 2014 I dropped out, and then just have been cooking since then. It was kind of like, when I got in, I had a decent success with the music, and so I noticed that like emotionally I was like, oh, I felt like I was giving up by not pursuing it further. So I think that was always kind of lingering with me as I was in school, and finally I just reached a point where I was like, nah, I'm not doing this anymore. That was, in fact, 10 years ago. If my math is correct, 2014 was 10 years ago. If I'm not mistaken. During your time of self-teaching and hard work, did you ever want to go back? No, I still don't. Not at all. I am glad I learned a bunch of science, though. I think just helps round out my life a little bit. It's also just good to generally know things about healthcare and medicine as a human being with a human body. And it's like, I feel a little bit more equipped going into like any sort of medical situation, which is important as you get older. It's important to be aware of medical shit. What about doing music again? I have that I would do more of, and I do plan on doing more music. After this commercial, I'm gonna take a little bit of a break and write some music, go record some stuff. And I still play and post stuff on my Instagram and stuff a lot. I actually post a lot of guitar stuff. Is there anything important under the stream overlay? No, I don't think so. I just kind of left it there. You're fine. Do I play other instruments? Yeah, I play drums, I play piano, play to varying degrees. I'm not that good at either drums or piano, but I am like competent enough that I could have a jam with them. Piano, I could like read sheet music and learn a song, but I could not really like jam, I don't think. I don't know. Sometimes I fuck around with it, but like the most I would use the piano for is like if I'm working in a DAW, I will I'll use my MIDI keyboard to like program piano, drums, etc. or synths. Do I like country music? Yes. It's not like my go-to all the time, but I always love like country guitar is always so good. And I'm not adverse to listening to country music. I know there's a lot of people that just outright hate country music. I never really write off any genre. It's like just if there's good versions of every genre. And there's good country music. And I like that every country song is like definitely some guy that wants to fuck his car. And just go back. If what I just said sounds confusing to you, go listen to any country song and then come back here. And you're going to be like, oh, you're right. Exactly. You said, what? No, I'm telling you, just go back, go listen to a country song. And I'm telling you, listen to any of the top country songs. And I'm telling you, it's so right. Does the painting behind have any symbolic importance? Or is it just, what painting behind? Are you talking about my fucking brick wall? That for some reason is framed like it's a painting? Is that what you're talking about? In which case, no, it has no symbolic anything. My landlord's just a weirdo. And thinks that brick walls should be framed. That is a wall. There is no symbolic reference to my wall other than that is the structure that is supporting this building that allows me to not die. I'm also I'm not good at symbolism. Like I like symbolism when it's done well, but I'm not symbolic in any way. I'm too dumb for that. I just like have somebody else. I work with people that are good at writing. What pen am I using? Christian, get the fuck out of here. You know what pen actually, you don't know what pen I'm using, but you know that question. You know what you're doing. I'm actually using the Mid-Journey brush. I'm going to start the AI drama over again. What brushes do I use? It's just the hard round. Don't ask that question. Go away. Yeah, you know me. I love AI. Okay, now you're just trying to fuck with me by asking what app I'm using. I don't respect it. It's my first time here. Welcome. This is my first time here. Oh. Don't I use the Matthias Zemecki one? Yeah, I'm using the hard round from Matthias's thing with no sensitivity. Where is it? Here, wait. Move this over for a second. Hard round. What did my art education structure look like? Not structured. Can I draw anime and animating? That's what's happening here. There's literally, I mean, depending on your definition of anime. Would I advise rotoscoping? It's not my favorite. And I think you're going to miss out on a lot of principles of animation, so maybe not. You're going to miss out on squash and stretch, timing, spacing, all that shit. So no, actually I'm going to go ahead and say no, I don't advise it. Since there's edges outside of the frame, why draw them? In instances where I might want to scale things down, it's good to have a little bit of extra bleed. So that way, should I need to make it smaller or bigger in the composition, I've got a little extra wiggle room. Because sometimes that happens. You want to adjust things slightly. Just a smart practice to give yourself a little extra room. Because like it's really annoying if if I needed just this extra amount of space and then I got to go back and do a whole other export and all that kind of shit. How long is this shot taken? A day. Maybe, I don't know what the total number of hours that would be, but like this is actually, no, this is day 3 of working on it. So yeah, I don't know, it's like 24 hours, I guess, if we're considering an 8-hour workday maybe, but maybe a little less. I don't know. Well, it's not day 1 of the project. I've got, I had a storyboard, had a lot of shit a lot of prep work that came into this. Had Colin's awesome character designs. Like, and I've been working on the project for 7 months. Is this a personal project? Nope. This is a commercial for Lenovo laptops. Hence the big old Lenovo Legion in the corner. Thanks, Low Bones. You've been getting ads for Lenovo's now? Oh, that's so funny. Should be like, don't advertise to me. I'm the one making the ad. You're literally out here doing the ad. Well, I guess technically you've been done, but you know what I mean. Well, tell Colin that. Colin's here in the chat. Your design reminds them of Ghost in the Shell, which is great. That's fucking awesome. Do they send you a Legion as a payment? They did send me a Legion. I'm streaming on it right now. But that wasn't necessarily part of the payment. Do I advise smoothing during cleanup? It depends on what you want to do, man. Some people want looser line work. Just do it. Just try things out, man. Do what you like. Have an opinion. You're the director. I'm not the director. Some people like messy line work. Some people like super tight line work. These are decisions you have to make. I can't tell you. I don't use line smoothing. Actually, I don't know what I think the Cleanup Studio does. But I try to make it a little, in post, I'm making it a little grittier. Just because I think that looks a little more interesting. Yeah, I've done 2D sketching over 3D. That's kind of fun. It's not my go-to. Like it's not my preference. But it is fun to do. It's a good challenge. Nobody wants to have an opinion anymore. They just want me to tell them what to do. You got to decide, do I like when my lines are crazy smooth? Do I like when my lines are a little messier? These are all creative choices. Oop, wrong color. There we go. Wait, actually, we haven't spoken about coloring and shadows and all that stuff yet. We will talk about it, though. I'm using the magic wand for selections. Yeah, I've done some hybrid animation, 2D over 3D. It's fun. I would give it a go. I think it can have a tendency to look a little wonky, or like a little... I think you can lose the composition. Like if you compare a lot of modern animation, a lot of modern anime to old school 90s anime that is not using 3D for backgrounds, they can be a little bit more deliberate, it feels like to me, and a little more patient with the shot choices, and I like that and think that's really cool. But you could still do that in 3D and have deliberate choices and all that kind of stuff. I just feel like sometimes, and this is more of like a directing thing and not even necessarily related to animation, but like some of the camera shot choices in modern anime can be a little out of control, where it's like the camera's just doing too much shit. And that to me feels not like a super deliberate choice. Feels like, hey, what if we just spun this camera around like 1,000 times? That being said, it is like extremely technically impressive to be able to draw that. I just think it just gets like a little... It's like a song with too many notes, I think, at a certain point. You know, sometimes that's cool, sometimes it's a little too much. That's up to the creator, though. When the backgrounds get way out of scale compared to the characters, yeah, that could be a problem. To be fair, though, that can be a problem over 2D backgrounds as well, but it's probably a lot harder to scale. I also love the look of hand animated backgrounds. We've got a couple of shots in this that have that, and I think hand animated backgrounds look so cool. So I appreciate when people do that. You feel like it's going for maximum visual impact at all times? Yeah, I think a maximalist approach can be tough, you know. Sometimes it's really useful to just have a simple shot and just like give your eyes something like some breathing room. Are this character's legs cybernetic, robotic? They are. It's got robo feet. In the original draft of this, it was based off of Neuromancer, the book. And so there was a lot of like cybernetic shit going on. The plot and everything changed around pretty dramatically, so kind of had to like, you know, work from there. But there's some holdover things like that. And also he uses his cybernetic feet. It's great. As you should if you've got cybernetic feet. How do you decide to keep or draw the amount of line details while animating? It's a lot of... it's hard for me to answer. There's so many different reasons. A simple one would be the closer the character is to the camera, the more details you're going to have. So that's like a good general rule of thumb, but you know, there's a lot of specifics to that. It could also be if the character's moving quickly, maybe you don't want as many details, or you want to simplify a little bit, because you know, things that are moving quickly, it's a little harder for your eye to register what's happening. So, yeah, those would be two. That's how I would start. That should be enough to get you relatively far with how much you should detail. Shoes looking very techie. That's courtesy of Colin. Making it cool. Making our techie shoes. He does. I shared it before. I'll share it again. Reminds you of Mega Man. Axe Advent character design. I don't know that character design, but I love all the Mega Man designs. They're always so good. I'm realizing now I am missing some lines on the feet, so let me add those in. Oh, you've been following him for a while? There you go. Yeah, Colin's the man. He was just in here before. Don't know if he's still here, but... Sick frame. Oh, I gotta stretch. How long have I been streaming for? Finished up the shot, which is pretty sick. Been streaming for an hour and 43 minutes. Nice. We are on track to fucking get this commercial done. Love to see it. Love to see it. Love to hear it. This has been the craziest 2 weeks of work I've ever had in my entire life. I'm gonna go kill myself after. I'm being sarcastic. I shouldn't even say that. I'm gonna go climb rocks. That's how I'm gonna deal with that. It's a much healthier alternative. Oh. No, it would be such a waste after finishing a commercial. Oh. Thanks for the plug. Oh, of course, dude. Anytime. Yeah, that shot came out cool. I can't wait to see the effects animator on it. Dude, that's fun. I like that a lot. I like it so much more now that it's done. I've been on the commercial for 7 months, but this last few weeks has been really intense. Out of curiosity, what's my favorite game? Of all time, I'm going to have to say StarCraft 2. Sports game, hockey. Oh, dude, I love that shot. Awesome. All right. Well, we got more to do. We got more shots to do. We're not done. But I'm glad that one's done. Oof. All right, let me stretch. Let me answer some questions while I take a break. Fucking shit. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I gotta work on some of the opening shots. Oh, let me pull up, hold on. I have the overlay for that. Let me throw that on there. Let me just answer some, I gotta be a director for a second. Okay, music. Yeah, sorry, I had to talk to the sound designer. What else do I got to do here? What do I got to do here? Braden. Okay, cool. We got the HUD for the character selection here. Let's pull that up. There we go. Let's just get this all in one folder. HUD. Copy it. Let's bring it over to 5. Get rid of this bullshit. There we go. That's what it's supposed to look like. There we go. Dude, Brayden is so good. It's ridiculous. Brayden, too good. Too good. Very fun. Ryan's working on the portraits for that. I might want to make him slightly smaller just so he doesn't clip into everything else. Shrink him down just a little bit. Let's have you... I'm like thinking out loud, sorry. Let's have you on shot 6. Oh, that's so fun. That's so fun. And then that cuts to this shot after he's been selected. Do I have a version with... Do you want me... Heard you helped with White Manga get his account back. I wish I could have done more. It seemed like he handled a lot of it himself. I did reach out though, just because I had the same exact thing happen. All right, let me send this shot to Ryan real fast. Okay, I'll answer questions in 1 second. I gotta be a director. That's not how, that's not what it's supposed to save. Oh, there we go. Nope, never mind. Save as, make it a fucking PSD. Oh. Lagging out here. OMG, finally caught your live stream. Welcome. Thanks for coming. That's all good. Can you actually just send it as an MP4? I'm glad that you think it looks like so much fun to work on. It's been really exciting. I mean, aside from this like last bit of grinding, it's been really exciting. Yeah, sorry, this is a giant final, which is why it's taking forever. Layout 6. I think you reach a certain age where you just like talk to yourself. And I think I'm there. I'm there. How you're not saving after every 2 minutes and be scared of losing progress? I have been saving. Also, I have it for auto backups as well. Cool. Yeah, I fucking love that shot. I just want to watch it. And Angus is sending me an MP4, so then we can get going on it, on that other shot. Cool. So this is an interesting one because the next shot I'm going to be working on, because it's been a back and forth where I did the rough animation. I believe it's this shot. Yeah, so I did the rough animation. Then he did the tie downs of the character's body, and I'm gonna do the face right now. So we're doing like tag teaming this shot, which is kind of interesting. In this shot, I got to clean up a little bit more. I do have another animator doing the tie downs, and I got to do the cat, so I'll animate the cat in a little bit. So many things to get done, and it's all got to be done this week. It's craziness. Hey Proco, will this make you buy a Lenovo computer? I hope so. I suggest them. They're pretty great. That's the goal. Yeah, we just finished up this shot. All right. Let me get a little stretch in. Side to side movement. Is what the character had in his hand in the first shot of Lenovo Legion gaming laptop? It certainly is. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really pleased with how this shot's turning out. Can't wait to see how Salvador handles those effects too. It's gonna be really nice. A lot of like streaming jet stuff going on. This shot was really inspired by Yoshinari Kanata. I really like it. It might not even seem like it, but it's animated on 3s, so it's not like a super fluid shot in terms of the amount of frames. So big advocate for using less frames and using higher or lower frame rates, because you can get more done and it gives your eye a little more time to absorb what's happening on screen. So a couple 3s, 4s, and 2s. Let me actually pull it up. Yeah, there's where we have this slow in, that's on 4s. Yeah, so the 3s, 4s, and then when the only time it switches to 2s is when he rushes past the camera, and then it's on 3s again. So you can get something that looks really smooth without having to do it on super high frame rates. It's about how you ease frames in together. Good drawings with spot on spacing. Yeah, exactly. That's the move. And that's something I like I said, I'm picking up from really, really solid anime artists and animators. They're like, they don't rely on just like filling the space with a ton of drawings. And that's honestly the biggest thing I find when I'm teaching animation is like, the tendency is to fill the space up with too many drawings, and then you end up just like doing more work. It looks worse. And it's just a problem. What course or tutorial you did? Wait. That I'm most proud of or least proud of? I can't. The YouTube chat thing has like an emoji over it. I assume you're saying which I'm most proud of. If they wanted to learn from animation from me, where should they go? They could go to proco.com. I've got a couple of tutorials up there. And then they could also go to my Gumroad page if you want to actually take like an in-person class. There we go. Dynamic drawings. Yeah, that's a really obviously super important. Yeah, big spacing, like the spacing between those two drawings, like, you know, and let poses linger for a bit. Like, all these drawings are real close together. And you know, I think it's important to let a particular key pose linger, even if you're like easing that key pose. Okay, I think we got the MP4 from Angus. Awesome, let's go. Cool, let me open that folder. Cool, so this is going to be a little interesting. I don't know how well this is going to work, but we'll import Angus's MP4. Hopefully it's the same scale, so that way I can just sketch directly over it. Where is it? Should be in the same folder. Why you lying to me, Clip Studio? What if I do this? Oh wait. Oh, I know what I gotta do. I know why it's lying to me. There we go. Got it. Okay, yeah, let's scale this up to the right size. You guys ever see that clip of Joe Rogan finding out that the internet sometimes has fake things on it, and he says, "Why does it lie?" It's kind of what I'm reminded of as I'm doing this. Okay, let's lower the opacity of those keys. Why does it lie? What a fucking dunce. What a dunce. Okay, let's move this back one frame. There we go. Joe Rogan's a strange being. He certainly is. Not a good comedian, as many people have found out. As many have discovered. There's no way there's bullshit on the internet. Turns out there is. It's crazy. Yeah, that's a legendary clip. So funny. Oh, I want that chair there. I realize that MP4 files don't play smoothly on clip. Is there a way to fix that? I'm just realizing that right now. as I as I'm trying to play it. I was blissfully unaware of that until this very moment, so it's new to me as well. I don't have the answer for you. Okay. Yeah, I'm just discovering that as we speak. Okay, 1 second. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna send that. Okay. All right, so here's our character model. This character I did sort of design. This is a character model for the gamer. Like her portrait. It's got a nice portrait. And when you don't feel like doing too much design, you just base it off of your friends. And there you go. Bang, zoom, you got it. You don't even have to design. You just turn your friends into anime. That's what friends are for. Exploiting them for work. I agree. That's what they're here. That's what they're here for. Let me do... Sorry, 1 second. I'm going to tie down the keys. Also, great idea to use to make your own reference. For this motion, I just made the reference myself by acting it out. So get your own reference. Make sure your character's talking to her cat. All right. I think I might end it here just because I need to go get food. I'm so hungry, especially after doing this shot. Let's watch that one more time, though. It's fun. Did I record your motion or did you feel it? For this one, I just made it up. For the shots with more subtle acting, I filmed myself. So, you know, it's a mix of all things. I think, like, the way I approached a shot like this is just starting with key poses. I had a camera movement in mind first, so I didn't just, like, rush into the camera movement. I knew sort of what I wanted it to do. And I knew I wanted that, like, 180-degree turn of the camera so that he moved beyond and we could see both where he came from and where he was going. Just like Cotton Eye Joe. I did record myself skydiving with booster boots on. No, I did not do a flip in the air with Cyberjet legs. That would be fucking cool, though, if I could do that. I probably wouldn't be here drawing it. I'd probably just go and be doing that all day. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for chatting. It's always fun. Makes the animation process a little more fun. Thanks for coming in, Proco. Thanks for coming in, Colin, and everybody who I have, you know, any of the repeat people that we have, come here a lot. Appreciate you guys sticking around. And if you want to support, you can go buy my courses, or maybe go get a Lenovo laptop and tell them that you bought it because you watched my commercial. And then maybe they'll book us for a third commercial, which that'd be really cool. We'll see how this one does. We already rebooked for the second commercial, so very excited about that. Cool. And what am I going to eat? I'm probably going to get some chicken and rice. Got to keep it healthy. All right, everybody. I will see you again possibly tomorrow. This is, I got a lot of work to do, so it helps me get through the work by live streaming. So